Good light? Or is it a little dark? Oh, we're live. Well, that's not bad. We're kind of testing the light out in the middle of the day. But anyway, good day. We had or at least I did, feeling to go live this morning. Lots of messages coming through. And Dewy had said yesterday that suggested that I really talk about the energy that I just moved through yesterday and how it felt and different things. And it was gnarly as I'm looking on Facebook and stuff and everybody's messages. I'm recognizing that apparently a lot of us were in that energy, but I wanted to come on and do what we enjoy doing, and that is sharing who we are and how we're doing things and coming together in our relationship and how we're working through us, life, love, stuff. Lots of stuff. we are. And understanding how that stuff is coming through. And so this is I guess this is really the first time just getting into that space and talking about things that happen. I just hit a really bottom out space, and I could feel it coming in the night before, and just felt really tired. And I know a lot of times that when I'm really tired that things hit me harder. And hey, Danny, how's it going? Dude, we're just moving with the flow. We felt like going live, so here we are. So we had what I'm trying to put things in words is still kind of challenging for me, especially when they hi Michelle.
Hey bro.
Hi Brick. Especially when they are deep emotional feelings. Speaking my feelings. Wow. Hi Jenny.
Hey,
is very hard for me. A lot of it, this is why the 4 agreements from Don Miguel Ruiz really was powerful messages for me about what we learn when we grow up, our perspective, how we perceive life, how we move through life is all. Thanks, Jenny. I love you too. Thank you. I felt that. So, our perspective all boils down to what we perceive from birth and on through life in our external environment. It all becomes, hi Cara, love you too. It all becomes our perception. And as individuals, as we are, because we are complete individual beings. Thank you, Michelle. Love you too. We perceive things differently. Doesn't matter, and I've said this the other day, it doesn't matter how many people are seeing the same thing, reading the same exact quote, you're all going to internalize it differently. So one person can hear a phrase that's demeaning and it won't be as effective to that person as it is to another. Because we're individual, because we're in different places of who we are, of our understanding, of our belief in ourselves. So my intention today, as we are listening to who are we listening to? Wayne Dyer's.
Tell them how you're feeling.
Wayne Dyer's Audible book on the power of intentions, and how I was feeling yesterday. Mm-hmm. Okay, I started in on that. See, I'm trying to avoid talking about.
How you felt yesterday?
Yeah. I don't avoid things with Dewy. I can really open up and allow, because that was the intention I set in finding Dewy, was to have someone that I could. No, don't even. Was to find someone that I could completely be safe with and crack myself open and know that that vulnerable space is cared for and loved. So, okay, so yesterday, I really hit bottom. It just, I don't know how else to explain it other than it just felt like such a heavy, no, you're not, a heavy energy that just, it was obvious there was something I needed to address, I needed to let go of, I needed to move out of. And the night before, Dewy was telling me how he was kind of feeling, and I went
my
into his energy.
Feeling and energy at that moment was one of frustration about a few things. And then I think what happened was you picked up on that.
I was really tired.
And
I did.
That energy.
Oh, I did.
Overtook you.
Oh, it did. In a big way. And I started bawling.
I've had that energy for so many years that when I slip back to it, I have to, recognize it and then kick it back out. But at the moment, I was deep into it, and she picked up on it. It's the first time she's had that.
I did. I moved into that energy, Brooke. You said I would, and I did.
And so, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and so I instantly, when I slipped into his energy, had this feeling to lash out at him. And it took me by surprise. I was just laying there right next to him. We had been talking, and I just wanted to lash out. And I checked myself, and I just thought, no, this is not what we do. That is not love. That is not how we treat each other. This is not a space that I'm going to open up between us to treat him like this. That is not a place of love. And I kept my mouth shut, and he knew I was upset. He knew I was tired. He was encouraging me to let it out by crying. And I did. I did do that. And then I just felt overwhelmingly tired. And I went to sleep. And then I did not get up yesterday until almost noon. And Dewy knew that I was in a bad place, but allowed me to be in that space and allowed me to get the sleep I needed to just work through it. He knew that, as he always does, that I talk to him. I'm getting better and better about talking about how I feel in the moment, as opposed to making him wait for days.
It goes back to history and how we used to do things a certain way when we were growing up or in other relationships. Her thing was to clam up and not say anything and keep it to herself.
Completely.
I did the same thing in my relationship. So I needed to, right off the bat, I said, we talk about everything or it's not going to work.
Yeah.
And sometimes it takes her a few minutes to adjust and be able to speak about it.
Yes.
This time it took 24 hours.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, it's and it's like we talked about a moment ago. A lot of this stems from how we grew up in my household and even into my marriage. And it was every time you were authentic, you were made fun of. You were criticized, you were put down. So I learned to stop being myself. So then I attracted the same kind of relationship, of marriage, not one of love. And the more I would talk about my fears, about my how I was feeling, the more that was used against me in very hurtful, cruel ways. And it is not to say that they did something wrong. That is not what this is about. This is about sending them love, because in their space, in their journey, they are not understanding that they are perpetuating a continual pattern. I chose to break that pattern when I ended my marriage. I chose to break that pattern and change things when I put boundaries up with my family and said, I'm not going in your space anymore. I'm not going to continue this pattern with you. I'm changing my life, and I am changing who I am to be more myself. And the more I step into that place of love, the more I self-love, heart space. And it was very confirming listening to Wayne Dyer's intentions this morning, as and I had to write it down because I was listening to it, and I did my Tai Chi this morning. Yay! So yeah, we did together. It was really kind of cool. It was fun. It was something that I'd always, I'd actually set an intention to do, was to do everything together, even, walking or exercising or something. And so we did our Tai Chi this morning, and then got all showered and in the shower, all of this is coming in about love, just what Wayne Dyer was saying. Pure love is being in harmony with yourself, in harmony with the universe, in harmony with life. When you are not in a place of pure love, then you are not in harmony with yourself. And when you're not in harmony with yourself, then this is what you're perpetuating. This is what you're attracting, not realizing it. When you're not in a place of self-love, then you're continuing to live your life in a dissatisfied way, which that is what you are attracting. This is the power of self-love. Love yourself first, and you can send out love to the universe. Sorry, I started reading Michelle's comment. In a pure, complete way. When you don't hold self-love for yourself, then you're not completely sending out pure love. You're sending out in a lesser form. And so that's what's coming back to you. In order to be in pure love, in order to be in harmony with yourself, with the universe, with Mother Earth, you have to have pure love in here, and you have to send out pure love to around you. So Wayne Dyer had said, if we aren't doing what we love and loving what we do, our power of intention is weakened. So it was just kind of like, oh, that's right. This is why love is so powerful. And it's interesting because even as itself, we still struggle to define it. There is no boundaries to it. It is unconditional, pure love. Is
unconditional is the big word.
Yeah.
And To have anything unconditional is very hard to imagine.
Oh, nice, Cara. She said today's reading's on point. Oh, sorry. Did I interrupt you?
No.
Okay, good. So it really kind of, because we've been asking the question, you know, we're manifesting, we're being in our space. We keep trying to get in our space of doing what we love. And we've been like, well, how the hell are we supposed to do that when we're where we're at? Well, this is it. This is it right here. So we sat down and we said a prayer, lit the Palo Santo, and I brought in our angels and guides. And I said, this was our intention on this video today, was to plant those seeds of pure love, to reach out to everyone who is in need of this understanding, in need of this message. And the other part of this is we attract more of what we don't want when we're in the weakened state of not in harmony with love in ourselves. This is why we always say self-love is so important. It is not selfish. It is pure, and intentionally planting it here, then you are intentionally loving yourself and intentionally sending that out into the universe. And those around you, it's like a ripple effect. Dewy and I were talking about, you made the comment of the power of hugs. Because he was rubbing my leg, and because it was hurting, and I said, it's just amazing the power of touch. And he goes, yeah, the power of a hug. It's, you know, when you hug somebody and they feel that, it's almost like a ripple effect. When you send out pure love, it is a ripple effect around you that goes out and out and out. It's almost like that pay it forward. It continues to spread. It is felt. Even watching a video of pure love, like when someone's helping an animal, or an animal is so excited to see someone, that is pure love. And you feel it, even watching it. So if that's the power of love, what is the power of it in here and sharing it? What is the power of it in here and sending it out and standing in your place of pure love? It is the power of the universe right here. Power of everything right here.
Yep.
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 Okay. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to go back and read these. I think I kind of got that out. You're going to make me cry. Oh, this exact topic has been in my mind. This is wonderful. Well, you know, all of you participating. Lou had sent me a message yesterday that was absolutely beautiful, and I appreciate it. And I didn't realize it because yesterday, in my lowest point, I kept talking to universe, and I kept saying, I don't like this, universe. I don't like this, guides. This doesn't feel good. I need to move this energy out. And I still sent out an intention of love to Lou in a message, and he'd messaged me back and said, it brought a smile to my face, and you have no idea how much I appreciated that today. And it was like, wow, okay. So even where I was at, I still stood in a place of feeling like absolute crap and not really understanding how to get out of it. And Jenny kept asking me, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? No, I wasn't at the time, but I knew that I would be. I knew that eventually this would move. I knew there was a purpose to feeling this way and understanding this feeling and why, and getting out of it. And I realized that even when we don't feel we can do something, we are doing something, because I had just sent it out, and I thought, oh, but this is helping me move this energy, because then I could feel it lift. and get away. It's the power of love. When we're in some of our darkest places, reaching for that love, that pure love in the tiniest way, helps move that energy and get out of that place that doesn't feel good, that doesn't serve us, that is not who we are. So I appreciated your message. Lou, you are a beautiful being. And I'm so happy because I told him, I said, this was the purpose that this tribe has been created by those that have gathered here. It wasn't one of us that created this tribe. It is all of us that makes this tribe what it is by showing up with pure love. And I love you all dearly. I love doing this. I love standing on our place, enjoying doing what we're doing. I'm happy.
You're happy?
I'm happy.
Okay. I'm happy that you're happy. I was thinking about the whole hug thing. I remember watching a whole kind of almost a documentary on it. It was just a short little piece about how if you notice if you hug somebody and they're very stiff and they're very tense about it, if you let it linger long enough, that tension releases, and then and even though they're apprehensive about a hug, like, you know,
scared,
who's the stranger hugging me or whatever, the act itself as an energy exchange releases tensions and resistance. So that alone proves to me that love can conquer anything.
Very much. Even watching a video of someone hugging someone, just all of a sudden that instant warm feeling comes inside of you, and feeling that love. You don't have to be in the presence of it. That's how powerful it is. So we have this beautiful power to ourselves, this immense, unlimited, bountiful power of love. And it's so easy to do because it feels good. And everybody loves to do what feels good. So do it. Spread the love however you can. Years and years ago, I had decided after watching Patch Adams. Anybody watch that movie? I love that movie. I loved Robin Williams. Just his intention was to make people smile, even in their deepest, darkest moments. So I made it a thing that I would just compliment people and just say what came to mind when I saw someone. And I started looking not for the bad, but for the good. Okay. and that's dark energy right there. I saw it behind me. No kidding.
Not dark.
dark, playful.
Mm-hmm.
And I started doing that, and it was so easy suddenly, instead of looking for something to criticize about them, or why they're not wearing this, or why they wore that, or why didn't they put on makeup, because that was something. I love my family, but they are dwelling in a very negative place and a very judgmental place. Not wearing makeup was something that I was judged about regularly. And so I purposely would do things to piss off my sister and my mother by not wearing makeup.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care.
It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. It's this, and I do enjoy makeup. It's not to say that nobody should wear it or whatever. It was just not letting me be me.
But it's also their judgment is something that they've learned over the years.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying it is their patterns that they don't realize they have been taught, and they're perpetuating by continuing. I'm not continuing this pattern anymore. Exactly.
Cycles of sexual misconduct, I'll call it.
Yeah.
They're taught from a young age to do. This is okay. This is the way it should go.
Yes.
And if someone doesn't intervene in that and show them that that's not it, that's not the right way, or is able to change their mind or thinking on it, then it's always going to be that way, and it will be continued the next cycle of people that come about. So
right.
This is kind of, I guess, our mission is to
change
it all. And then I think this tribe is all what it's all about. It's what it's meant to be.
Well, see, this is what's so fucking amazing about this tribe is it's continually growing, because the more we hold this place of love, and you see more people coming in all the time, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And the more we stand in our space of love, pure love, and spread that love out in small ways, then it's just going to continue to expand. It's just a beautiful thing. But as I was saying, the comments, they started coming more and more easily. And then it was something I realized that I also enjoyed, because the more I would compliment someone, even a total stranger, you can instantly see the change in their demeanor, their face. They light up just like that. And all it is your hair looks pretty today, more pretty than usual. I really like that color. It enhances your natural beauty. Simple, easy comments. I really appreciate meeting you today. You're important.
Thank you for holding the door.
Yeah. Thank you for holding
the elevator.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
I appreciate you being here. The other day, Dewy and I went out for Tim Hortons donuts. And he was in the car, and I went inside, and it was nighttime. And it didn't take me long to realize, as I'm standing in line, that there's this woman who had the store phone, and she all of a sudden just starts yelling, cussing at the staff and yelling at them because they were asking her to, get done with their phone and not go outside. And apparently she was not in a good place. And for whatever reason, she vented on them. She did. And I stood there, and it was a very defining moment. And I'm like, wow, I wanted to walk out, was my first reaction. I wanted to go outside. And then I stood there, and I looked at her, and I looked around, and I looked at the staff, and I was like, I know what this energy is. This is not fun. I've been in her position, not hers. Actually, I've been in both. My mother would do things like that, just start yelling at people in public. And it just did not feel good. And she, it was pretty embarrassing. So, it's 1:11. So as I'm standing there watching her, at first I was like, I'm going to go and I'm going to try and calm her down. And then I stood there, and I think Source was like, no, you're not. And I remembered what Abraham Hicks said, and I stood there watching her, and I'm like, no, she's too far in her momentum of where she's at. If I got in her face, I would only go into her energy, even though my intention was to help her and calm her down, it would not work because she's too far along the path. So I stood there, and I turned around and looked at the customers behind me, the people in front of me in the line, the people at the table, and I'm looking at the staff, and they're freaking out and reacting to her energy. And she starts yelling at them. What are you talking to me for? Fucking go deal with somebody else. Just yelling at them, very demeaning. And I thought, okay. And I asked Source, what am I supposed to do here then? And it dawned on me like a flash. And I looked, so the staff lady comes over, she goes, can I help you? And I said, absolutely. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you helping me. her whole demeanor changed like that. Why am I crying?
I don't know.
You're not helping.
I think I am.
It was just, yes, you are. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, and I continued to just appreciate them. And another person of the crew came over and she was like, oh my God, thank you. And it wasn't 30 seconds. And I look over and I realized the girl that had been yelling put the phone down and walked out. So then and I said it, and when I started saying this, I said it, and then I was like, I need to say this louder. So I kept getting louder as I'm telling them how much I appreciate them, because there was staff in front of me. There was staff way over by the window, and they had all been embroiled in this emotion and this anger of this person that was not in a good place to be handling her life. Obviously, she was having a frustrated day, and she was taking it out on them. She didn't need to, but that was the choice that she made. And so therefore I stood in my choice to appreciate them for being there, and to appreciate their help, and to appreciate them for showing up to work. And, you know, they always do such a good job, and I appreciate that. And they just, the whole atmosphere changed just like that. It was immediately, everybody was, okay. It is the power that we have to stand in pure love at any given moment, even when shit is falling apart around us. And that, I guess, is the message of these last 2 days of what's going on, of when we're feeling at our lowest, when we're really struggling to let go of frustration, of anger, reach for the power of love and reach out in a way to share it. And instantly that energy will change. Just as Wayne Dyer did quote also in The Power of Intention, that when you're faced with hate, when you meet it with love, it immediately transforms to love. So I challenge everyone to check their heart space. Where are you in your heart space with self-love? Can you look in the mirror and say, I fucking love you? And feel it. Feel it. I fucking love you.
I fucking love you.
I love you too. Whoa! You want to date me?
Okay.
Sweet.
Cool.
Nice. Okay.
Okay, we gotta go now.
Yeah. The energy's moving us. So that is our talk today. I love you guys. You are amazing.
Love you all.
Nice, Michelle. Love you all too.
Man, we're gonna be 7 minutes.
Oh, thanks, guys. We're love y'all. Yeah, we will be.
Yeah, we will be.
So anyway.
Across the border soon.
So wow, that was good. So any questions? Anybody want to bring up any points? Yes, the little things. Sorry, I haven't been reading this because it's too distracting for me. Oh, I'm glad it's beautiful. Yes, we do grow together. We do grow together very much. It is so fun, so beautiful to see everybody growing and encouraging each other and lifting each other up. It spreads through the tribe like beautiful love blossoms.
I'm glad you bring me on.
What?
So I can sit here and
bring you on? You're my love vibe. Got anything to say?
I'm your Garth. That's what I am.
Oh my Garth. Wow.
Well, thanks, Wayne.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
Okay. We know you love each other. Tell the mirror. Jenny, I did that little heart in the steam for Dewy. What was it, 2.5 months ago?
Almost, yeah, almost.
I just haven't washed the mirror because I like it.
It shows up every time you have a shower.
You did it yesterday? Yep, did it yesterday. Nice. Yay, yay, yay. Okay.
Okay. Now, if you have any questions or comments,
any questions?
Throw it in underneath. And
It's a good cry. Oh, I'm so glad you're going through this too.
Oh my God.
It's not good I am, because then you'll move on the other side of it. I know that we look at going through gnarly shit energy as, oh my God, I'm in it again. But it's there to, just like anything else, to move through it. It's there for a reason. Move through it. If you need to cry, cry. If you need to write something down, do it. If you need to be pissed off at source and say, I'm done with this, what the hell are you doing with me?
The emotional diarrhea.
Yeah, basically the emotional diarrhea. Then do it. Do it. Be angry. It's helping you move through it. There's momentum there for a reason. Help the momentum and then reach for love. Always reach for love. And yeah, keeping feelings in is not good. At first, trust your vibes and love it. Excellent. Yay. She got the book that I had showed, Trust Your Vibes, the one I'm reading.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she got it. Isn't it a good book? I love how they talk about vibes and they really break it down. That's what I really love about it. So to move through it or we get stuck, and that is the absolute worst place to be. Very true.
Yep.
Very true. We do have to move through it, just like anything else. It is a growth process. We are continually learning, and that's the point to being here. So
Jenny and I both moved through a lot of crap, and from a year ago is such two different places. It's unbelievable. It's really that being able to move through it. What?
Yeah.
Sorry,
go ahead.
No, you're interrupting me.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you're. What?
Go ahead.
What? Oh no, I'm done now.
Oh, okay. That reminded me, popped in my head. When before I got here, Dewy and I were talking, and he was going through some of his moody crap. And I was just trying to be positive, helping him move through it. He goes, a year ago, I would have fucking choked a person like you.
I really would have. And anyone saying, "Oh, just be positive," I'd have kicked them right in you know where.
Gonads. Oh, it's funny.
It was where I was at, and I couldn't see past it. So, yeah, it took a long time for me to understand that I was playing the victim.
Yeah.
And I was going there because it was so familiar, but
in those emotions, when we're in anger and we're in frustration and we're in we're blocking our view from allowing us to get out of that, to move through it.
Even when you started to feel that yesterday, or the day before, because I went into that energy, it's still pretty fresh on what that feels like. Right. And I know where I go with it. It's just it's a reaction, and for me to grab it, come back out. But she followed it down and realized how deep it went.
Yeah.
I did. But I mean, every one of us has been there. Every one of us in this tribe has been.
Oh yeah.
In that bottom pit.
Oh yeah.
I don't think any one of us that comes in regularly hasn't had that moment of
No.
oh,
No.
absolute desperate stupidity and ugliness.
Which reminds me, I did want to put this into context for you guys. I didn't start this out of the blue and get to where I'm at now with my vibration. He is much better this way. Because to be honest, we wouldn't be. There no sound? Can you hear us?
Hello.
Hello. Are we on? I can hear. Okay, good. So, when I said that I spent years getting out of the teachings that I was raised in and the marriage, okay, thanks guys. The marriage that I had spent 17 years in. And then it was a complete mind fuck. And great.
Awesome.
We're live on the big screen. Woo! I spent years and years in very deep depression, to the point that I had almost convinced myself that my children would be better off without me. Completely out of their life, completely out of this life. And it was talking myself out of many, many times not going there and reminding myself that that was not the solution, that it would not help them and it would not help me. So now being in this space. Wow, way to interrupt. Really good. Being in this space, it did take me years to rise above that. It took me years of catching those thoughts and looking at them for what they were. They were not mine. They didn't belong to me. They were lies given to me and sending them back. And I did meditations over and over and over to flush that shit out. And like I said, it took years. And I was on medication. I ended up, when I got divorced, going cold turkey. So it was really having to go, okay, I really have to decide who I am, how I'm going to handle my life, and how the hell am I going to help my kids when I'm really struggling to even find myself, to know who I am. And it was many years of them saying, hey, mom, as I was sitting just kind of glazed over on the couch, just really trying, to have the energy, the self-love to get up and do something for myself, to get up and be in that space with them, to get up and live life. And now it's a much, much, much different place, and still off meds and still flying high, and never have I dropped below that point in the last 4 years, 5 years. So life is beautiful. And having that self-love, finally, for the first time at 52, here, yeah, I'm a cougar. Dewy's younger than me. As many don't know. But anyway, it's fun. Anyway, so finally having that self-love right there.
And then it just occurred to me. I mean, we're talking about intentions earlier, and you know, we were struggling with, well, how do we set intentions? How can we be in that love space?
Yeah.
When, you know, we're not doing what we want to do, we're sitting here waiting and doing this instead of doing that. And I'm thinking, we just answered our own question.
Yeah.
We're not where we were even a year ago. We should appreciate that.
We are doing what we love.
We are doing what we are.
We are together.
We are together.
And that's what we love.
We love that, yeah.
Yeah. I love you.
Love you. And with that note, let's go.
You keep, oh, big. But it's
this chair is very comfortable. So
we gotta find another chair. But anyway, oh well. So anyway, my point being, when you truly are in your heart space and you love yourself, then you don't sink that down as that far anymore. When I sank yesterday, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that dark that I couldn't get out of it. I was continually talking to source, continually reaching, and that's where it went. So anyway.
I read Michelle's comment, not someone else, but anyway, okay. That's just me. That's just me.
So full of love. So are we. Anyway, so with that note, we will say goodbye. This is a good place to end it. And oh, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
We love you all. We send our love and light out to you. And in doing so, doing what we love, our intentions are to help you see your own light, your own love in yourself, and to shine as bright as you possibly can. And some days that won't be very much, and that's okay. It is whatever you can shine at any given time. Okay? Have a beautiful day too. We love you all. Mwah. Signing off. Till when Spirit moves us again to do this again. Love you.
See you guys.